There are plenty of words being exchanged between the two sets of players down there. Spain, though, and their incredible footballing history and heritage win the World Cup. Nicolas Otamendi and Rodri going at it a little. The first time since 2010. The second time Spain will take the trophy home with them. The best defence, by the way, by a World Cup winning team in history, although today they didn't need to defend too much. Alexis Lalas, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Thierry Henry watching on. Zlatan, let me come to you first. Stu Holden said it in commentary, Spain is the star in this team. It's been all about the whole squad.
Listen, football won today. The way they play football, the way they played in this tournament. When you watch football, this is what you want to see. When a team plays that way and they get credit for it. Because often teams try to play, they try to do something, but when they don't win, people say, yeah, you don't win by doing like that. But they get credit because they won and they do it in their own way. Today we had Argentina that had 0 shots on the goal. 0 shots. Best defense in the tournament, Spain. And the right team won. And if you asked me before the tournament, I said Spain is going to win. But I supported Croatia because I have roots from there. But I really said that Spain is going to win. And when I say things happen.
Thierry, your thoughts?
The best team won. They're European champion for a reason. And a lot of people thought that European team couldn't do well in this side of the world. Sorry, in America, you have 3 European teams in a semi-final and 1 won. So let's go back to the main point. This team, what they do off the ball is what impresses me. You cannot put almost 3 passes together. As soon as you start to do that, they get the ball back. And if you don't have the ball, what did I say at the beginning? You can't score. Those guys it's too much. I had the opportunity to play for Barcelona, as you know, that's nothing to do with that, but I was part of a team like that where what we were doing off the ball was second to none. And when you have the ball, you already know you're not going to see it again. But the best team won. And once again, Spain win a Euro and the World Cup. 08, 10, 24, 26. Like I said to you, levels. They've been working for a long time. Check out the first time they've been able to win a tournament. It's recent in terms of football years. So when you work, you have a plan, an identity, and a philosophy, and you go about it the right way, you can eventually win. Whoever wants to understand that one also understand that one.
We'll talk more about their identity, their heritage, their history to come, and why they are once again world champions. But Alexis, some thoughts from you?
Well, I mean, look, substitutions. Spain not afraid to show the depth that they have, making changes throughout the game, not missing a beat. Patience, even though they were up against a team that was just going to absorb pressure. They never lost any of their focus. They never lost any of their confidence. Balance, we talk about the balance and the way they spread the wealth, even though they have stars out there. Defense, we always talk about it, winning championships. Here's another example of it today. I will say this particular Spain team, in terms of their possession, I think is more interesting, more entertaining, but still the same kind of success that happened in 2010. And it's in the culture in terms of how they want to play. It doesn't mean they don't grow, doesn't mean they don't evolve, but it is in their DNA when it comes to the possession, and when they're out of possession, it comes to where they need to be on the field.
Luis de la Fuente with another trophy in the cabinet. So, Ferran Torres off the bench and into the history books. His extra time goal has won the World Cup for Spain. How is it looking back home? Well, the party's only just starting in Madrid. My goodness, did Spain and those fans have to be patient today? But the job is now done. Spain are world champions again. Stay with us. Plenty more to come from New York, New Jersey. Spain have done it.
Congratulations, Spain, for the second time as European champions. They become world champions. Quite a lot happened after the match. According to FIFA, Paredes has been sent off, and Molina in there seems to have thrown a punch as well. So, look, you can see going back in for a little bit more. Several of the Argentinians have completely lost their heads. That's Paredes there.
He's disgracing.
I mean, he was lucky not to be sent off during the game.
Look, Mark, I love the competitiveness of the Argentinians, and they deserve great credit for what they've done in this tournament, fighting and scrapping for their lives every game. Even today, when they were outplayed by a great football side, Messi's propped them up at times, and they're very competitive, and I love that element of them. But he's just been a disgrace the last couple of games, and why the referees have allowed him to continue to do what he's doing. But, look, what I would say is that image of Messi sat on the ground, if that's the last time we ever see him at a World Cup, he's an absolute genius, and that should be said in defeat. Look at him there, broken, but he couldn't
inspire them today.
He couldn't spark them today. Spain were just too good. They deserved it, and they kept the ball beautifully. It was a great performance.
We can just show you exactly what happened on the full-time whistle in the centre of the screen there. The right arm comes out from Molina. There has a swing at one of the Spanish subs as they run onto the pitch to celebrate winning the World Cup. And that sparks the melee on the full-time whistle. But Spain won it, Roy. They got over the line. They made hard work of it, but they've won the World Cup. And they were the better team by a distance on the day.
Yeah, fantastic. Great to watch. They wore them down. We said obviously the pressure was on going into extra time. The onus was on them with the extra man. They were dominating the whole game. And then ends up being a very simple goal, but very effective. A ball into the far post. A knockdown, a bit like you see in the old days. And a lovely finish. Well deserved. Fantastic to watch. Again, there's parts of Argentina where you don't like to see the bits at the end yet. Some of them players were doing that to England players the other night, but obviously they can't take it. You got to give and take. You got to take your medicine. But Spain, we talk about the brilliant attacking players of this World Cup, but to concede one goal as well defensively, I love that side of it. We can't get away from that as well. We love watching attacking players. We love watching goal incidents, etc. But when a team has a bit of pride in defending, fantastic. And what a job that manager's done. Absolutely amazing.
In the last 18 years, Spain have won 3 Euros and 2 World Cups.
Yeah.
That is a country who, when you three were playing at the turn of the century, we all laughed at the Spanish national team. Oh, Barcelona don't win anything. They won a Euros in the 60s when the Euros weren't very big.
Yeah.
There's a country that went, we have to sort this out. We're going to go, I don't know, back to basics, but we're going to have a pattern. They are the preeminent force in European football.
Yes.
That record.
Yeah, they are.
We should pay tribute to how good they've been. And that's with 2 different generations.
Yeah, they stuck to the principles of how they want to play the game. Whether they've got a centre forward up front or not, you know, they play total football in the way that they pass it around. And we've seen in some instances, yes, it looks like they're trying to gild the lily a bit by passing it all the way into the net. But what they do is they keep that ball so much, they put you under so much pressure, and they never waver from what they do. They never waver. They never like stop playing or stop trying to play. You only look at them and you think to yourself, if they did have that striker who's an Alvarez-y kind of type, or someone who can finish off their chances, what they would do to teams, because they never, ever go away from their principles and how they play.
And what you have to remind yourself, again, this is obviously, they've just beaten the current champions, or previous champions. And what happens with these teams, because they weigh you down so much, when you do get the ball back, you've got such little options because you're so fatigued from chasing the ball. When you get it, your teammates are having a recovery break as well, and they just break you. And sometimes people say there may be a bit, it can be boring to watch because they're technically just looking after the ball. You want a bit more goal action.
Gary, Lamine Yamal just pointed to the star above the badge, which denotes how many World Cups he won, as if to go one more. So he's going to have 2 stars when they come to Wembley in September.
Mark, he will. If you looked at the value per player of that, say, Spanish starting 11 versus the French, the German, the English, the Portuguese, that starting 11 for Spain would be worth a lot less in transfer value. That is not the best individual players. What they are is the best team, the best collective, and also the best system of play. I spent a very short period of time in Spain, and what I found that technically and tactically they were a different level than Premier League teams in terms of their understanding of the game, and that comes out most at international level when you're playing every 4 days in the middle of 35-degree heat, and that's why they're winning tournaments. Technically and tactically they are outstanding.
And also because they're dominating so many games, again, come the back end of these tournaments, they seem physically and mentally the sharpest because they're constantly looking after the ball, they're constantly in possession and in control of every situation.
It's the second time a sub has won the World Cup, both times against Argentina. Mario Götze was a sub in 2014. Ferran Torres a sub today, and they are celebrating And quite right too, because this is the pinnacle of their professional careers to win the World Cup. Congratulations to Spain. We'll take a break. We'll be back in a couple of moments' time with all the reaction and all the presentations as the 2026 World Cup comes to an end.
Жиырма мәссаған көп ақша бар екен мұнда дейтін. Жақсы болды, бір жәшік ақша бар екен. Енді бай баласын қазір мен дейтін Аяз атаны шақырып. Аяз ата беркеш, нанғарса бәрі сен кет алын, жынды бір бәле. Кәз барам, тогда барайық, шақырып отырмын мен дейтін. Оғаяқта, что-то мына ма? Мына сияқты. Опа, дрифттаймыз осылайдан. Что-то не болып қалды. Қарасай, мәссаған дейтін. Ана дейтін ақша ма? Дәл өзі қарсы шие, мына машинамен кеп жүрсің ба базар жоқ. Да енді машина ғой, машина. Так, қарака мен дерсік сатып түседі, қарака мен дейтін қазір ана жерде 9 ашам. Мына 9 ғой, 9 ашам, қара 9-ы жын сатып түседі. Опа. Немене? Беркеш? Саған немене түсті? Білмеймін содан қара. Қатып қалған адам түсіп тұр ғой. Манекен ма? Опа, манекен осында қатып қалған ба, байланғырға аккумулятордыр. Мұсы сағайттасақ нау дейтін, сағайтталат жар. Саған, демалып тұр ма не нау? Шошып кетті ма? Жоқ, демалып тұрған жоқ. Бәсе, адам шошытып. Так, неше контейнер қалды? Так, телеспесем уже 2-3 ғана қалды. Анда осы жерде аша берек. Так, мұна яқта не бар? Наңғара. Мұна яқта дейтін мотоциклдар тұр ғой, жынды. Так, ойбай, мәссаған жындауына дейтін. Күшті наңғара. Көрдің ба? Көрдім. Білем ма, медиа бар үйде. Бар ма? Мен бір шет көптің дейтін. Мұнау дейтін, нағыз подарка таситын мәше сияқты ғой. Көрін отырып көріш. Қалай наушы? Медиада бар ба? Сенде бар ма? Немене бүкіл зат бар ма? Аяз ата сен дейтін 2 контейнер ашып тастаған білесің ба? Так, мен онда менді 2 ашам. Так, нан ашам мен. Ойба, жігіттер наңғарандар. Прада тұр ғой. Ойбай, наңғара Тойота. Ой. Білмей шығар Аяз ата қандай машина екен. Өссін аяқта тексерістер тұр ғой. Жынды екен. Сосын аяқта немене бар? Бітті осы мен қарада жігіттер не көлік түскен маған дейтін. Номерді айтсаңдаршы. Салонды айтыңдар, жынды екен мұна дейтін. Мен газ бас қойып. Давайте бір дрифтау жүрік. Ойбай. Дрифт жасай алмайды екен, өте қиын екен дрифт жасау.